Starting today off with a little bit more sanding and everything. I need to get this fender straight. You can see that there's a few little things like that right there. Need to have some icing, but I'll definitely sand it. This fender from the junkyard, it literally looked like it had like a bunch. It had so many rock chips all over it, but I'm going to also pull the VR4 back in and start. I'll work the upper rails, which isn't that big of a deal. I'll just use a small block with some 400. And I think the quarters have baked long enough. It's been at least 2 to 3 hours they've been out here. They are definitely warm, and they definitely look straight. So just need to block them out and then throw another coat of high build on. And then after that, I should be able to just let it sit for a couple days in the sun and then paint it, seal it painted. Like I've said before, I was also almost thinking about when I paint do the last coat of high build, I was almost thinking about putting on jacks and pulling the wheels off and painting the calipers. But I may do that later because I want the calipers to match the car. But I don't know if I want to really worry about that right now. So let's pull this thing in. So got the top rails all nice and smoothed out. So these are ready for sealer. I need to come in and kind of these edges, I need to 320 them where some primer got, and then on the back side right here, so it kind of evens out. I'm going to now block this, well, both quarters, and then see where I'm at after that, and see if I have to add any more filler. I doubt it, but there's always that chance. So gonna do 150 grit, and hopefully that's the last time I'm 150ing this. Okay, so I have finished sanding the quarter panels. I'm about to re-high build them, but I'm pretty sure that these are very straight now. So what's going to happen, I've already sanded these in 320. I'll high build them, like I said, let it sit out in the sun for 2 days so it shrinks into all the scratches and make sure there's no shrink back like Trevor said yesterday. And then I'll block it with the 320, and I think I should be good to go. So it is definitely, those quarter panels look really nice and straight. I use the, I think this is a 14-inch. Let's see. It doesn't say. I think it's a 14-inch block, and it definitely, when you're going, you kind of have to know like the curves and everything. But as long as you keep it straight and you apply minimal pressure, you can pretty much get anything straight with a flat block. And now I just need to wipe it with some cleaner, tack it, and then spray it again. Pull the wheels off, spray it again. This morning I had a package. I was actually pretty surprised that I had a package that early. It was like 10 o'clock. And so I got the exhaust tips for the VR4, and you're probably not going to expect what they are unless you're on my Instagram. So these they're 3-inch stainless steel exhaust tips, and I think they're pretty dope. So they kind of curve like this way, but they're off a C63 AMG, and they're all stainless, and they're like painted black. So what I'm gonna do is this is the oval, and I could go straight from I could use the oval pipe that I already got, that's 3-inch, and just make an exhaust. So that'll be pretty tight, because then I'll have a nice like exhaust, and it'll be all nice and tucked up instead of hanging down. Another thing that came last night was the RivNuts. I'm not exactly sure. They literally said, I checked the tracking a couple days ago, and they said they're stuck in Chicago at customs because these are from China. So they're Chinese RivNuts. I mean, all of them probably are. But yeah, they're stainless. And they showed up. I was like, oh wow, RivNuts are here. So I'm pretty pumped I could put these in before I paint it. And I also got this RivNut gun. It's not really a gun. It's like a drill attachment. And it works way better than the hand one, because the hand one you have to like do this, and this one you just put on a drill, hold it, and it literally rips RivNuts in. So I got this so I didn't have to worry about it, and I'll put a link in the description for this RivNut gun, for the RivNuts, and for the exhaust tips for the AMG C63 AMG exhaust tips. So now I'm going to put the rest of the RivNuts in. Earlier I tried this one out. I put a little bit of Loctite on it, and then put it in with that tool that I got. So instead of having a bunch of broken off studs, I ground off the old weld nuts, and now I'm going to just drill the hole a little bit bigger, which works because then it's going to be in the same spot, and then the RivNut just sits right in there.
Someone that could level you with her eyes. Feeling like God put an angel on earth just for you. Could rescue you from the depths of hell. And you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel.
So I did get all the RivNuts into the that rear piece that holds on the bumper. So they're stainless, and they are nice and ready to go. So I shouldn't have any more issues with the bumper. So yesterday I finished up the RivNuts, and I really do like how they came out. They're you know, all those studs, all those weld nuts had broken off, you know, bolts in them because they get all rusty. And I don't know what it is with Mitsubishis, but they seem like they like to break bolts off. So I don't know if it's the hardware they used or whatever, but now I shouldn't have any issues. I'm gonna have stainless bolts and stainless heart and stainless RivNuts. Don't think I should have any issues. So I'm actually excited about that. And that red stuff coming out is it's still a little bit wet, but it's Loctite. Somebody recommended to Loctite them just so they don't ever have a chance to spin. I really don't think they ever would spin, just because of how they are, you know, they pretty much just like compress against the metal really tight, and that's why the top has a flange, and then it just pulls it up and compresses it. And I really like that tool that I got. So I think that's the end of this video. If you like the video, subscribe. Make sure to click that bell next to the subscribe button to get notifications when I do post new videos. Comment below. Also, I'm doing the tile blow valve giveaway. In the description, there's a link to do it. Share it with your friends. Hopefully this thing is, you know, the body, and the other stuff is painted by the weekend. And thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.